Thank you, Critical Smoker, for making this again. I almost want to say, hold on, guys. As soon as they started cutting grass, whatever, next to 1 second. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, it got noisy for a second. So let's talk about this story, Mr. Prada. I'm not gonna be on here long. Hey Cynthia, thanks for being here. Did you guys hear about this story? So it's a a TikToker, and he has over 4 million subs, I believe, 4 million subscribers over there. He's very popular on TikTok, Mr. Prada. Uh, Successful over there. He's only 20 years old, and I'm gonna play a little bit of this story because it really touched my heart. Though I don't know what happened is a lot of people, they're kind of torn on this situation. Um, so let's talk about it. And I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it because he unalived uh, his therapist. So people were trying to say it wasn't his therapist, that it was a therapist, but I think it's now been confirmed that it was his therapist. So let's read this. Let's play this video from NBC News, and y'all let me know if you heard of this story.
TikTok creator is being held in a Texas jail in connection to the murder of a therapist in Louisiana. Tyrone Ishmael Thomas goes by Mr. Prada on TikTok. He has over 4 million followers online, and police say he was the last person seen driving a stolen car after the murder of a therapist whose body was found in a tarp on the side of a highway. Thomas was arrested on charges related to damaging property, resisting an officer, and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. He is not facing any charges related to the death right now, but a lot of questions here. So Maya Eaglin joins us now on set with more. Maya, this is an odd case because this is a huge influential person on TikTok. It seems like there's some connections, or at least a location that maybe he was near where the victim was, but it's unclear right now if they actually know each other, right? Walk us through this.
Yeah, it's unclear. There's a lot of gray area right now because it's so early in this investigation. Police are saying that Thomas is a person of interest in this case, but they haven't directly said if there's a connection with the victim, William Nicholas Abraham, who was a 69-year-old therapist in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Police found his body on Sunday with blunt force trauma to the head, and on Monday, they labeled Thomas as a person of interest because they say he was the last person seen using the victim's car. When they tried to arrest Thomas, he actually fled the scene and somehow ended 400 miles away in Dallas, Texas, where he was taken into police custody. But if you look at his TikTok today, a lot of people are asking questions, speculating how this all happened, and some people even commenting on his behavior and mental health. Let's take a look at some of those clips.
Don't do anything drastic unless you want to look like this.
Life is a prison. Get me the out. Like, I just woke up yesterday. I woke up yesterday. I looked at the ceiling. I said,
So again, some concerning behavior there that his audience members are pointing out, but we still do not know what the direct connection is to the murder crime.
Okay, and do we know right now if they had a relationship prior to this? Have police said anything?
Police haven't said anything. We do know that the Dallas Sheriff Department confirmed that he was arrested in Texas, but they actually told us that this case is being turned back over to the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Department. There, as you mentioned, he's been charged with 3 things already: aggravated criminal damage to property, resisting an officer, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. But again, we are waiting to hear if there are any direct connections and charges to the murder, which we just don't have that information just yet.
All right, Maya Eaglin, thank you.
We shouldn't have worked. We shouldn't have been there. None of us should have been there.
So Mr. Prada officially, from what I understand, let's go to it, an hour ago. It's something, right? So if you go to Fox News, they're saying this was a beloved therapist, but other reports are saying allegedly this therapist has been accused. His name is Terrion Thomas is Mr. Prada's name. I'm sorry, but the therapist has been accused. His name was Dr. Abraham, and you guys, let me tell you, he was also a priest. He was a priest and a therapist, right? And he was charged with I'm trying to say this the right word for YouTube, but child, you know what I'm trying to say, before he was accused of that before. And they're saying that it's not Terrion, because Terrion's only 20. They don't know how long Mr. Prada knew this therapist, right? And on top of that, they're saying that they were found, or the therapist, the unaliving happened in an apartment, but the apartment was not the therapist's apartment. So they're wondering who apartment was he at, where Terrion was able, Mr. Prada, aka Terrion, was able to get the keys and everything. It's something not right here. And discard of the body, right? But leading up to the days, he was basically on social media. I always tell people this is kind of something we learned years ago, like in behavioral health. I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but some of the first signs with women, like the Britney Spears situation, they shave their hair off. Right. And Terrion, a couple of days before this, he went live and just shaved his hair off and had it in patches. And hey Tracy, had it in patches, and was just going on about, how he couldn't get out of bed, how he got up to go to the gym one day, but he ended up sleeping the whole day away. So like I said, I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but that's like very much signs that we would say on the outside looking in of depression, right? And he also mentioned that he was bipolar, and he was talking to a therapist. So we're wondering if this is the therapist. So let me go to TikTok. Let's go over to TikTok, and I just want to share some of what. And he's only 20. He's only 20. Two pages. One has 4 million followers, and the other one has 4.3 million followers. Let's see which one we could find that has. It's very sad, because I think we're wondering what happened where. Hold on, guys, let me put this up. Let's put up the therapist. This is very sad. I mean, let's put up what's going on now with the therapist. So he's been officially charged with second-degree murder. Officially. And they're going to he was found in Dallas, in the car. He was found in Dallas. They're going to take him out of Dallas. And he's going to go back to, what do you call it, guys? He's going back to Louisiana. Okay, so his body was found in a tarp on the side of Highway 51. Let's see if CNN has any more news. Sorry, CNN, but let's see if they have any more news. Okay, so it just says, so let me read what CNN has. It says a TikTok content creator was arrested in Dallas this week and facing a second-degree murder charge in the death of a Baton Rouge counselor and life coach whose body was found on the side of a Louisiana highway over the weekend. Law enforcement officials said Thursday. Terrion Thomas, the 20-year-old content creator from Louisiana, was arrested in Texas on Tuesday by the U.S. Marshals. He's being held without bond on a warrant from East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office for second-degree murder and obstruction of justice, among other charges, according to the Sheriff's Office. Okay. It said police were called to investigate Sunday after a body of a 69-year-old William Nicholas Abraham was found rolled up in a comforter and taped up with duct tape inside a tarp on the side of the highway in Tangipahoa Parish in Louisiana. The arrest warrant affidavit said, according to the parish coroner's office, Abraham's preliminary cause of death was determined to be a homicide, right? Blunt force trauma. Okay, so, but this is the thing I want to say, and I hope more people pick this up and cover this. They're saying that allegedly William the doctor was not on the up and up. And sorry guys, let me just get that. Let's see. You know what? We'll probably only find that technically on TikTok. So I'm gonna go over there because a lot of people, it looks like the mainstream media kind of, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but they're making it like he he's very beloved. And so I'm hoping more people cover this story so they can get to the bottom of let me share this tab of how they know each other. Why was he in his car? Why was he in his car? We do know that Mr. Prada was talking about how he was seeing a therapist, but the days that led up to it, it's like he had been spiraling. How did he get him up out of the apartment building? It seems very, very it seems like it's more to the story than what we know. It says that witnesses allegedly told authorities they saw Thomas dragging an object wrapped in a blue-colored tarp hours after Abraham was last seen alive on September 28th, according to the warrant. The witnesses added that Thomas allegedly appeared to be struggling while bringing the tarp down the steps and then into what they claimed as Abraham's vehicle. That's what they're saying. So let me see if anybody is covering this, because I'm sure. Let me see if any of my favorites. I love to see if anybody else, um, if anybody else will be talking about this, because it's the thing about mental health is one thing. Hey Douglas, hello everybody. Cynthia, what's up? Hey everybody. I'm sorry if I missed Chavis. Um, it's very interesting that he just very successful. He just snaps out of nowhere, 20 years old, and not only unalives the therapist, but also he disposes of the body. Very interesting. Um, and the way the news is trying to cover how it's unclear of their relationship. And hold on, I want to tell you why I possibly think that is. Can't confirm it, but I was over on TikTok. Don't know if this is true, but one second, guys. Okay, let's see. So they're like doing compilations of like uh him and his in his episodes, and it's word that he said to us, he said to the world, that he had a therapist and he was following what his therapist was saying. Right, everything that his therapist was saying, he started to say that he actually had heard voices. So I'm wondering, could it have been they were in the session? But yeah, we're gonna have to follow this story. I just looked on here, nosy bystanders, they're going to go live about it later. So let me make sure I put the link in there. I just wanted to, I was just like, did y'all hear about this story? Found I found it very interesting, but it says Mr. Prada taken into custody, and Nosy's gonna go live at 7. And I just find it's just something fishy here with this whole story, like how he got out, what happened, and then allegedly what they're saying, this therapist had accusations in the past, but we don't know. So you guys, I will keep you posted, and I just wanted to share that. You guys, stay prayed up, check on your people. I was listening to this podcast this morning, and it was saying how life is very hard for a lot of people in 2024, and a lot of people are breaking under pressure, whether it's a lot of influencers taking their lives, and now we have this thing with Mr. Prada we hear going on. Is it social media? Is it the pressures of social media? Is that what's happening here? Is it I don't I don't know. um but he was crying out for help over and over and over live, and I was listening to a podcast, and it was like, you know, sometimes you just have to reach out to someone. But sometimes even if you reach out to someone, if they're at their wits end, can you really help? Like how could if he's going to therapy, right? And if his therapist betrayed him allegedly, if that was something that happened, wasn't he going out to get help? You know, it's just such a tricky situation. So yeah, you guys, yes. I agree. Travis says it's sad, tragic, and unbelievable. May the Lord Jesus Christ be with all affected. Hey, Miss Indies. I don't know, Douglas. I don't know what's going on. Like it's it brings me back to like everybody that this is just when people say it's up in 2024 for a lot of people, it's almost the end of 2024 and it's people are really coming out and things are really like what's done in the dark is really coming to light. Really coming to light. All right, you guys, I just wanted to touch base with you with that stuff. Let me know your thoughts on this. So we're talking Mr. Prada. I'll be back if I hear any other news. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.